Yo, 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 what's cracking, baby? I got a tip for you today, my man. So check it out. So let me give you the backstory on this unit right here. I bought this from a guy who couldn't get it working, and he thought it needed a new pump, which it did. And so I bought it from him for $400 and ordered the pump, got here, took out the breaker box, all that stuff there with the heater tube and everything, put the pump in, installed everything back up, and then couldn't get it to heat, right? So I was getting the FLO code, which seems to be your pressure switch is open. And so basically I'm going to show you what I'm doing, because basically it's July 4th. I can't go to a store, get the part, all that good stuff. So I'm trying to get this resolved in a timely fashion where we can actually use it for 4th of July weekend. And I want to show you, because I've already got the hot tub up to temp. I want to show you that it, and I'll pull out the thermometer out of the water just to show you it's working, and it has been working. So what I want to show you is the trick to do, right? So just to show you what's going on with it, we're going to press the button here and you'll see it. You'll see the FLO come on. See it? Bam! No doubt. FLO is on. All right, so here's the trick. Let me set this down. This is what I'm doing right here to hold it. So I'm using this wire to kind of hold the box. Okay? All right, so that's your pressure switch right here. When it goes bad, it will not release the contact to let the water be heated and actuate the heater, right? So the trick about this thing is you have to turn the pump on. When the pump or when the unit comes on and the pump is running, the hot tub recognizes that it's on, and it must be in the open position when you turn it on, right? So that's key. So with the power off, install your jumper wire to the back part there of the pressure switch. Now that we have it running, as you can see it's running, I am now going to install the jumper switch here, or the wire, right? It's just a wire. It's going to go into this spot right here, right? So let's set it down so you can watch me do that. You know, just doing everything in real time. So I'm just going to squeeze this together, make it a little smaller, throw it in there. Actually, I don't like the contacts on that. Let me make it a little smaller. And I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but it will click when I touch this wire to it, right? So watch. Listen real good. Hear it? Now we're going to screw it in. And you snug it up, don't kill it, right? Set that back down there. Now what happened? Bam! The flow is off, baby. So what does that mean? That means the pressure switch is allowing the heater to be heated. So I had to diagnose it to see if the heating element was even working. So once we did that, and you know, it takes about 18 hours to get up to 100 degrees or so. But you would know from the ambient temperature outside, if it's 75 degrees and now your water is all of a sudden 84 degrees, 86 degrees, you know that heating element is working, right? So that's something that you can rule out as soon as it starts to heat, you know, through a few hours. Got it? So what happens is this thing right here will run for about 4 hours. It has a timer on it, so it runs for 4 hours, then it shuts off for a 10-minute maintenance. When that happens, I've got to undo that wire and do the same thing that I just did. I just showed you. Unplug it, undo the wire, and then plug it back in, and that resets it. And so just to show you it's working, and the light comes on. Let's see. So this is the jet right here, right? Now it's probably going to come. The flow may come back on because I just turned it off. It may or may not. I'm not sure. It still had power supply, so maybe it's okay. All right. So just to show you, jets are working, and we're going to turn on full blast. You see it, it's working. And even the light down there is working. Right? So that didn't come back on. So that's cool. Kind of learned something there. I can still press it. All right, so here's the and just to show you, I've been doing this since yesterday, you know. And the top part of this thermometer is out, but as you can see, it's, I mean, there's 70, 80, 90, it's right at 100 degrees right now, right? So what happened is I unplugged it from last night because I've got to replace this cord. I'm going to put a GFI, or whatever those breaker cords are, because this cord right here has a spot on it. I don't like it. It kind of gets warm, so I'm going to put a breaker GCFI, one of those breaker cords on there. So, but just to show you that it is up to temp, and what I've been doing has been working. So let me turn this down because I don't know how loud this is on the. Just turn it on low, right? Turned it on low. This right here spins and makes the jets higher. You have 2 speeds here, and then you can make the speed min or max on that. So, well, there it is, my friend. I didn't have access to a new pressure switch. So by doing this is what is getting me through July 4th weekend, baby. Boom. And I'll post up a couple of pictures of what it looks like at nighttime of the tub. It's got a red light in it. It looks pretty slick. Looks pretty slick. But I bought this for $400. I've spent about $275 on the new pump back there, hooking it up. This pressure switch is going to end up being about $26. But that was how I diagnosed it to make sure this was working, because I wasn't sure if this was even working. This is a 2000 Solana. Okay, so it may be under hot springs. I use this right here to kind of hold it. I don't know if that kind of works, but so right now this is what I'm doing. That's it, baby. But the only thing that I would suggest on this is that you need to have complete flow. You need to make sure that all your jets are working. You don't have, let all your air out. Do your bleeder valve, all that stuff. Let the air out. On these right here, you can undo these a little bit. Let the water drip out and sizzle out the air. You can do it in the front of the pump. This is a little easier here, though. Some people do these over here, but I did this bleeder in the front. I don't have any air pockets. It runs great. All the jets were working. So after I did all that, made sure all the jets were working, that's when we started to jumper the pressure switch. Now this pressure switch has a dial right here. Let's see if I can get in there so you can see. You can do a screwdriver on that and turn it. So if you turn it counterclockwise, you are lowering the PSI and the easeability for the pressure switch to let this heat. If you spin it clockwise, you're making it where it's harder to, you need more pressure to actually engage it to make it. So you're actually making it where you have to have more flow in here. So I would recommend turning it down a little bit until you hear the click. The click is the same click that you're going to hear when you plug that up. So that's the click that you'd be listening for. So, well, anyhow, guys, I hope this has shown what to do, or a little trick of what to do when you're in a predicament like I am. Now, I'm not suggesting everybody go out and do this, and you need to be very careful because you've got power running to everything when you're doing this. So that's why I say on this part right here, have your hot tub off, hook up this part right here on this jumper switch just so you don't touch anything else. And so that's secure, so I never have to reach back there again right now, right? Until I completely turn the power off and all that. And after that, you can just unscrew this and screw this on as needed when that happens, right? So basically what happens is after the 4 hours, it's going to do the 10-minute reset. When the 10-minute reset happens is when I have to do this again. So every 4 hours. Now, I was able to baby this for every 4 hours, you know, checking on it and everything, all day yesterday. And I even unplugged it because I was a little nervous of the cord from last night, just because, you know, we're sleeping and everything. I just didn't, this is a new product in the house or on the back porch, you know, and I was scared of, you know, just leaving it on. So I unplugged it, and believe it or not, the temperature on that thermometer only dropped down to 96 degrees. And now it's always, you know, I've only had it back up and running for a couple of hours. It's already back up to 100 or whatever. And see on this, you can change the temperature. I've got it set to 104, right? So, and when it gets up to 104, well, I pretty much will let it just sit and simmer for a while. Because here's the thing, this right here is supposed to protect your system in case there's no water in here and it doesn't burn your heating element, right? Burn up something. That's actually what this is for. So this is not a long-term thing, but this is something that you can diagnose to see if your heating element has actually crapped out on you. But that's after, you know, you bleed the system, make sure all the pumps are working and all that, and you can eliminate one or the other. But from my understanding, these are typically the first things to go, so I would check the jumper on the pressure switch. So anyhow, guys, we're going to button it up. I'm going to show a couple of pictures here of the hot tub and what it looks like at nighttime. Everything's pretty dope. Pretty excited. So the Iceman is bringing you some gold right now, baby. How to fix your hot tub, or at least get you by through July 4th. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. Iceman is out.